Now, most of you already know by now that each and every week on Tuesday, we get to see the report of the NEV insurance registrations for the previous week for some of our favorite stocks like Nio. And today, we just received those figures for the period which ended last week, Saturday. And of course, Nio, as seen on the screen, reported total NEV insurance registrations of around 1,500. This is lower than the NEV insurance registrations figures or numbers they reported from the week or on the week prior to that, which obviously you will know that a week prior to that they had reported total NEV insurance registrations of around 1,800. Now to see a 1,500 after that, it is something that obviously it's not good, right? But nonetheless, these figures, ladies and gents, you will know that they are building up, of course, especially for Nio, to that, of course, guidance they gave for June of between 10 and 12,000 vehicles. So we are closely monitoring, as these numbers continue coming in for the rest of June, we are closely monitoring if Nio is getting closer to either the lower limit or the upper limit of their guidance, which obviously they announced last week on Friday during their Q1 earnings presentation. But before we dig deep into this video, you already know that this video is just an entertainment video and not a professional financial advice video. And I would really appreciate if you can just hit the likes button if you do enjoy the content that I'll be giving you about Nio's NEV insurance registrations, which we saw, of course, for the period ending last week, Saturday, or for last week, and that is from the period of Monday till Saturday, which obviously, ladies and gents, as I've said, it's 1,500. So if you are enjoying or if you enjoy the content that I give you about Nio, please consider hitting the like button, as it also helps with YouTube's algorithm. Otherwise, if you have not subscribed, consider, or I would really appreciate if you can just hit the subscribe button and click that notification bell so that at least you get notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. So without wasting more of your time, so here's the 1,500 NEV insurance registration we saw from Nio. It is lower than the, of course, a week prior to that kind of like NEV insurance registration figure of 1,800, which obviously, yeah, I don't think I personally expected it. But one thing for sure is that you will know that Nio is doing their best to boost their sales or to boost their, of course, vehicles. And one of the things that obviously we heard recently is that Nio is not only planning with their new Nio ES6, not only are they planning to produce 10,000 vehicles for the month of July, but they are also planning to deliver 10,000 vehicles, and they plan to of course deliver 20,000 vehicles for their other, of course, models, which is something that we are yet to see. But one of the good things that will, of course, be a catalyst to that figure, or to Nio delivering 30,000 vehicles, is of course the massive discounts they announced yesterday of $4,200 on all of their models, which is something that obviously we've covered that on yesterday's video. But we know that Nio, one way or the other, it is company that is just set for greatness, because, ladies and gents, most of you by now you know that Nio sells top premium, of course, EV cars, which is something that, seeing that, of course, 4,200 discount will definitely, of course, attract more and more, of course, consumers into wanting to come and buy the Nio cars, because there are other things that you benefit from buying Nio cars, like, of course, bus or battery as a service, which you pay a subscription fee, which allows you to swap the battery in your car instead of going the normal route of course, going to charge the battery in your car, which takes longer, because swapping, you will know that it takes less than 4 minutes for you to swap the battery in the car, whereas with charging, you can charge your battery in your car for around 40-45 minutes, which obviously it's quite a long time. So with swapping, it's like you're going to a normal gas station and get your battery swapped in less than 4 minutes. So this is one of the things that make Nio to stand out from the other EV competitors. So yes, you will know that, like I said, or as I've said, they generate, of course, or those that want to enjoy this swapping technology or battery swapping technology, they pay a monthly subscription fee, which obviously, when Nio report their earnings, it also contributed to the total revenues they generated per quarter. Because on the Q1 earnings, you will notice that, of course, Nio reported non-EV sales or other sales of over $211 million, and that of course, over $211 million, includes, of course, the battery as a service, or includes the subscription of the people that have subscribed to the battery as a service, which entails them going to a battery swapping station and swap their battery instead of going the normal route of going to charge their battery. So it is a good thing. It is a good technology, but of course today we are not talking more about that. We are talking about the NEV insurance registrations of 1,500 for the previous week, which obviously we saw coming from Nio. So I know that of course this is a low number or a low figure, but honestly, truth be told, I'm not that worried, because I know that obviously June, it is probably the last month where we are going to see, of course, Nio selling these low delivery cars, because even though Nio announced, ladies and gents, the 4,200 discounts on all, or price cut on all their models, ladies and gents, you will know that it does not mean that from yesterday they started, of course, delivering cars to the people that have ordered with the $4,200 price cut. You will know that Nio currently, on average per car, the waiting period after you have placed your order for you to get your car, it's around 3 weeks. So after placing or confirming your order, it will still take you 3 weeks until you get your car. So meaning that even though we saw, of course, that 4,200 price cut yesterday, chances are very high that we are going to see, of course, the positive side of it in July and not in June, because though you lock your orders, chances are very high that you're going to get, or the only time you're going to get your hands in the car which you ordered yesterday after the price cut is obviously probably the first or second week of July, which is what makes July very interesting, because July, it is that month that obviously Nio has got high expectations in terms of the deliveries, and even us as the retail investors, we are hoping or patiently waiting to see the kind of deliveries that Nio will report in July, because July, we know that Nio will be ready, would have of course almost launched almost all of their EV or new NT 2.0 cars, and it will just be left in Nio's hands to produce those cars and get them to customers, so that of course we can see those big numbers coming not only from the NEV insurance registrations on a weekly basis, but also on a month-to-month deliveries or sales that Nio give us at the end of each month or beginning of each month, which is something that of course I cannot wait to see the numbers that we can expect to see from Nio from July going forward. So yes, I know for now these 1,500 might be too little for those people that of course are wanting to see those big delivery numbers, but obviously, like I said, we are going to see, of course, the numbers, or chances are very high that July might be that month where we are going to see, of course, a massive change when it comes to the deliveries that Nio produce per month. And I must say, I know for a fact that of course even other EV competitors, they know what is about to happen on Nio's delivery starting from July. So otherwise, with all that, guys, I just thought I'd just give you this quick updates. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, comment and subscribe. And once you subscribe, don't forget to hit or click that notification bell so that at least you get notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. Otherwise, yes, I know the 1,500 NEV insurance registration figure for Nio for the previous week might be disappointing, but guys, this is a company under transitioning from, of course, NT 1.0 into NT 2.0 cars, which we are going to see, of course, the fruits or the results of the transition starting from July. So hang in there, stay long on to the Nio stock, because one way or the other, it is just said to do very well. Otherwise, it is always good that you do your own due diligence onto the Nio stock, so that you don't get to panic sell when you see sharp falls or sometimes or sharp drops from this stock, because this is a stock that you and me have to agree that it is quite volatile. So you need to do your own due diligence so that at least you don't get to panic sell your Nio shares. Otherwise, that's all from me, and I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey, and God bless you all.